Hey, what is going on, you deep fried deli bird? Today we're playing some games with a little bit less of a competitive deck, but the deck that I've had by far the most fun with since the release of Chilling Reign is the Gardevoir Gallade deck that has come out of Chilling Reign, because this Kirlia with the Mirage Step is so good. Not good enough, unfortunately, to make the deck good, but it's a ton of fun. Mirage Step, 1 Psychic Energy, search your deck for up to 3 Kirlia and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. So very similar to the Frogadier that was played in the Greninja Break deck, if any of you played back then, where it had pretty much the exact same attack. You get the Frogadiers out, then you evolve to the Greninja next turn, breaks the turn after. We don't quite have a break to work with in this deck, but we get up to the Gardevoirs and the Gallades and use those as our main attackers. So like I said, the deck isn't super competitive, but this is by far the most fun I've had with any deck that has come out of this set that I played with since the release of Chilling Reign. Gardevoir Gallade has been the most fun so far. Been a ridiculous amount of fun. I've been loving it. We played a couple different Gallades in here. This one's a little bit older. It was this Cosmic Eclipse, I think. It's fighting and psychic type thanks to its ability, dual type, and then it has that Power Cyclone for 120 to move an energy from this Pokemon to one of our bench Pokemon. So we use this to kind of like 2-hit KO tag teams like Mewtwo and stuff. It can be really nice, especially if they have the Jirachi in play. Then the Gardevoir won't get the 1-hit KO, so we can do like 120 with the Power Cyclone, and then Brainwave for 150, and get like a 2-hit KO on like a Mewtwo. If they don't have Jirachi in play, we can Brainwave for the 1-hit KO. And then of course, Gardevoir, one of our main attackers in the deck, but also the main draw engine in the deck with that Shining Arcana ability. Once on your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Put the other cards into your hand. Then Brainwave is 60 plus 30 for each Psychic Energy. So you accelerate Psychic Energy through Gardevoir to the Gallades, the Gardevoirs, and then any other cards that aren't energy, or maybe sometimes you don't even want to see energy off of the Shining Arcana, then you just draw into those cards. So you can have like ridiculous turn 2s. I've had some ridiculous turn 2s where I've had like turn 4 triple Gardevoir, play a Bruno after they KO my first Kirlia, and then draw 7 cards with a Bruno, and then 6 cards through triple Shining Arcana. It's been absolutely absurd. The other Gallade that we have in here is a new card from Chilling Reign. It has that Dynablade. It's attacked as 60 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. So very good against stuff like Eternatus, or like even like other VMAX decks, because I have enough Vs in play for us to actually hit with the Dynablade, where there's definitely quite a few other matchups where Dynablade is kind of useless. Anything like Tag Team or GX decks can kind of just like not put any Vs in play, and then this Gallade is pretty much useless, and we have to fall back on the Gardevoir and Gallade. Quite a bit of Pokemon search. We got 4 Incense, 4 Level Ball, 4 Calm, and no Quick Ball, no what's the other one? Fog Crystal. I had Quick Balls in here for a little bit, but they were kind of just like not versatile enough, because once we pull off the Mirage Step, all we want to do is find evolutions. Quick Balls and Fog Crystal can't find evolutions, so I definitely value Evolution Incense really high. And then Calms are super good, because not only do they find the evolutions or the basic Pokemon, but if we have Kirlias in our hand, we can't Mirage Step them into play, so we want to put them back into the deck with the Pokecoms. So it does that very well, and I've had that come up multiple times already since I started playing this deck. And I wouldn't hate more Pokemon search cards in the deck, like maybe some Quick Balls or Fog Crystals, but it's been, I guess you'd go with Fog Crystals. No reason to play Quick Ball. So Fog Crystals would be something to potentially add to the deck, but not necessary, I don't think. Couple Ordinary Rods to recover some energy. I play a couple EXP shares as well to try and keep extra energy in play, so we can keep the attackers flowing. And then 4 Research, 4 Bruno, and a couple Poke Gears as well to help us find those draw supporters, because these draw supporters are just so much better than anything else for this deck. Like Marnie's okay, but I'd rather play a Research or a Bruno on my turn almost every time. Research super good to get us going early, and then Bruno is basically the only supporter we want to be using once our opponent starts knocking us out, drawing as many cards as possible to get as many Gardevoirs and stuff set up and rolling, and kind of cruising from there. But yeah, that's the list. Like I said, not the most competitive deck, but it's the deck I've had the most fun with. Let's see if we can win a game. I'm not expecting to, but if we do, that'd be sick. All right, here we go, getting into our first one. We do like to go first, and we're very likely to start with a Ralts, and hopefully find a way for a second Ralts to get into play, and then look for that turn 2 Curly attack. Now, similar to the Greninja deck, like I mentioned in the deck list intro, whatever, we can sometimes prize Curlias, which really stinks. And if we prize the Curlia, we just end up in a situation where we just can't get off the turn 2 attack, and then for all the Curlias, and then it can get kind of bad from there. But usually it goes okay. We're up against ADPZ, so probably gonna lose. I'm not gonna lie, guys, we're probably gonna lose. This is a really bad matchup. I actually don't want to get, I just don't really mind if that gets what's it called? We're gonna run through it anyways, though. I'm gonna show you guys how the deck works, how it functions. Hopefully they don't get a turn 1 GX attack. a turn 2, you know, that gives us a chance, I guess. But yeah, really bad matchup. Ooh, maybe I should have calmed away I was thinking about calming away the Mew to just grab a Gardevoir there. And then we could just like eat. But the thing is, if we top deck a Clear, I guess we should attack with that Curlia. So that would have been fine, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and grab ourselves Curlia, evolve the active, and they're gonna GX attack next turn. So I think I'm just gonna attach to the active as well. And I'm actually gonna play research as well. We're gonna try and like overload this Gardevoir here, I think. If I could have even got like a Candy Guardy that turn, that would have been sick as well. Let's see, level ball. Grab a roll. So we're only gonna get one Curlier off this Mirage step, but to be honest, it doesn't matter too much. When we're up against ADP, we don't get to use a whole ton of attackers anyways, so kind of whatever. Mirage step, just grab one. And we're gonna try and set up 4 Gardevoirs on the next turn and 1-hit KO this ADP. I don't even know if that's possible, but we can't really beat ADP any other way. So that's what we're gonna go for, because that's basically our only win condition, I think, ever in this matchup. So I'm gonna play this, grab another Gardevoir. I guess I could have actually waited on that and actually gone with using a Gardevoir's ability first, because then if I draw into a Gardevoir, I should have waited actually there. Okay, got the candy and another Gardevoir. That's kind of sick. So might get like, I don't know if we have all the Gardevoirs in the deck. Could maybe get quad Gardevoir turn 2, which is super sick. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be enough to beat ADP. So we get all of this sick stuff out, set up really well, playing against ADPzation. Another candy, another Pokegear. So let's see if we can't find a research here, because I'd much rather research than Bruno. I don't know, how much are we doing right now? 150, 180. We're not that, I don't think we're really that close. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and set up a benched one here. Yeah, play the research. I think the 4th Gardevoir's in the deck. It might not be, to be honest. Didn't get it, so don't know. It is in the deck though, so we could set it up next turn. Throw an EXP share down here. And then yeah, Brain Wave for a hit, not a KO. So yeah, like I said, ADP is basically not a loss, but you can see how cool this deck is already. Look how easily it can, or how well it flows sometimes as well. It's kind of sick. They're actually going to a fresh ADP here, which, to be honest, I think gives us a chance to actually win this game. So hear me out here. What we can do is, now that they're doing this, we could get a boss this turn and KO this ADP, and then on the following turn 1-hit KO this ADP, and win the game. They also might whiff energy here. It's possible they whiff energy here as well, which then once again just sets us up in a really good spot. So we'll see if they, oh, there's the energy. Okay, so now we can look for boss KO on this ADP, and then from there we go for the knockouts. We'll try and 1-hit KO this ADP. I know it's a lot to ask for, and I don't expect for it to happen. You know, if I was a betting man, I would bet no. I would bet we won't get it, but we got nothing better to do, so let's try and get that play going. So we need the boss KO here, and then try and go for a 1-hit KO on this ADP. Let's see if we can pull it off. Like I said, probably not gonna happen, but you never know unless you try, right? And they're going pretty aggressive here. There goes a Dead Change. They had a boss in hand, but it doesn't really make any sense for them to boss. They don't really need to ultimate rate to Azation here, to be honest, because Mawile is a pretty big threat in this matchup. We are weak to metal, so even if we keep our bench kind of small, Mawile still probably taking care of us. And you can see when you play up against these GX tag team decks, they only have 2 Vs in play, so like the Gallade would only be doing 120. Up against like an Eternatus VMAX, or even like a Victini VMAX, or any kind of those kind of decks, we can definitely get quite a bit bigger, more aggressive, bigger knockouts. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go. Could I bench this Rolls last turn? I'm pretty sure I should have. Could have and should have, because then I could have rotted in this Gardevoir and then candied it out again this turn. So definitely a mistake on my part there. All right, here we go. Yep, and there's the candy. Well, I don't have it yet, I guess, but I have the candy now. Throw it there. We definitely want that other Gardevoir or a Bruno here to find the Gardevoir. There's the other Gardevoir. There's the boss. All right, so Evolution, Incense, grab this Gardevoir. Gonna draw, once again, 2 more cards. You guys can see, like, once you get a couple Gardevoirs, I mean, this is just so much card draw going down right now. Another energy. Throw that here. Throw this here. Boss up this ADP, hit for 150, draw 3 prize cards, and then we're gonna try and 1-hit KO this ADP. Like I said, probably not gonna happen, but you never know. Sometimes you get lucky and it works out. Maybe they'll make the mistake of attacking with this ADP this turn. They'll be like, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and hit with ADP. They didn't knock it out. Don't really think twice about me potentially being able to 1-hit KO it. We have a lot of energy in our hand, so we need to hit, like, goodness. I think we need like top deck Ordinary Rod. Goodness. So we need to get the 4th Gardevoir out for sure to draw enough to get enough energy on this Gardevoir to one-hit KO the ADP. So we need to like top deck Ordinary Rod, play the Ordinary Rod, Gardevoir into an energy, plus an Evolution Incense or a Calm, get the Gardevoir into play, and then use this one to get 2 more energy, and then this one to get boss and energy, because we do have 1 boss left in the deck, so it is possible. So all this is possible, and hey, our opponent making it a little bit easier for us, sending up the ADP, kind of giving us the ADP here. Dare I say, maybe a massive mistake. We have a lot of energy in hand, so I want to try and shuffle some of these back into the deck. So if I can draw into a Bruno, the thing is, man, that's tough. I have 3 energy. How many do we need to get the one-hit KO? 4, 5. Well, 5 on it right now. I might just go ahead and go for the research to try and find the Ordinary Rods. So we don't have that many cards left in the deck. So when we play the Ordinary Rods, we're guaranteed the energy, basically. There's the Bruno, though. So now I'm kind of thinking, hold up. Both Ordinary Rods, I believe, were in the deck. There's only 1 card left in the deck besides the Ordinary Rods. So if I go, I think Research is just kind of correct here. And then we play the Research. Got an Ordinary Rod. Do both. Gardevoir. I don't know what the last card in my deck is. I could go Gardevoir, Ralts, double energy. I think, oh man, if it's not, that'll stink. I think it's, no, it's not the Ordinary Rod. So I should have gone, man, that stinks. So I don't think 7 energy is enough, is it? We're 10 damage short. So I should have gone with the Bruno play. I thought I had both Ordinary Rods in the deck. Turns out I didn't. So if I had gone with the Bruno play, we had a better shot of pulling it off. Unfortunately, now we are just going to be 10 damage short. We got really close, though, right? I guess. Yeah, should have gone with the Bruno, though. Close, but not quite, is the story of this one. Don't deck out next turn, I guess. Brainwave, 10 damage short. So if I had gone with the Bruno play, we had a better chance. I thought both Ordinary Rods were in the deck. Did I discard one earlier? No. So the last one is prized, unfortunately. I thought I saw both when I looked through earlier. Turns out not quite, and we will end up losing here. If I had gone with the Bruno play, we had a chance. We had a chance to do it with the Bruno play. We got close. Did involve our opponent for some reason attacking with ADP when they didn't have to. But, I mean, sometimes people make mistakes and we try and take advantage of those. But yeah, let's get into the next one. All right, here we go. We got double Ralts turn 1, which is really all we're looking for. We have no draw support past that. Because currently we'll have to calm away this Gardevoir to get a Kirlia. Looks like we're up against Malamar. So this could be a fun one here. We're up against Malamar here, which is another 1 prize deck. We're going first, which is huge in this matchup for sure. Pretty much any 1 prize matchup. A lot of our attackers aren't very good in this matchup, though, except for the Gardevoir. So that kind of stinks for us. Only Gardevoir is kind of good in this matchup. So we'll see how this ends up going. I have a feeling it'll probably go pretty poorly for us. But you never know until you actually start playing. Ooh, now we have the Candy turn 2 Gardevoir, which we might go for instead. So we're definitely going to level ball for a Ralts. We have 4 Kirlia in the deck, tons of Pokemon. Okay, so I think this will probably work out fine for us. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this down. Get the EXP share in play. Actually active. What can they do? They can do 20. We're weak to metal. Yeah, sure, I guess. Why not? And pass. So we can go Candy Gardevoir. Start drawing some cards with that Shining Arcana. Hopefully draw into a Pokemon, a draw support. There's so many things we could draw into off of the Shining Arcana to get a level ball, Evolution Incense, and then get the Kirlia. Kirlia throws out a bunch of other Kirlias, and then we're just chilling. Also, our top deck could be really good as well. If our top deck is just really, really good, then we're definitely in business. Yeah, we can definitely get the dub here on this one. I think we're probably going to be, if I had to guess, I would say we're unfavored, but us going first is definitely a huge advantage. So they are turn 2 attacking. On our turn 2, we're not attacking quite yet. So we can sometimes keep up, or we can keep up with like VMAX decks and stuff. We can chain attacks from there. You know, stuff that's worth 3 prize cards. But stuff that's worth 1 prize card, even if we're 1-hit KOing it, it's a little bit harder for us to keep up in the prize trade for sure. We need that many more attackers to close out games. So we'll see if we can keep chaining, and it has to be a Gardevoir. Like I said, it pretty much has to be Gardevoir. There's the Glade top deck, though, so that is sick. Got that cooking. Gonna go with that. Shining Arcana. Got a Candy and a Pokegear. Neither of which are, like, not a huge... I mean, the Candy is good, but not right now. Get rid of this Gallade. Get that Kirlia. And I think... Ooh, and we prize a Gardevoir, which is going to be tough. Because, like, yeah, this thing is Psychic and Fighting type, but they're resistant to Fighting. So, the Malamar has 120 HP, but we can't KO with this. And then this thing is going to basically do no damage. So, we're 100% reliant on Gardevoir in this matchup, which not good. Not good, I don't think. All right, get the Kirlia. I'm not going to play the Pokegear quite yet because I don't think we have to be that aggressive. I'm going to go put the energy on this Gardevoir and then Mirage Step. Thankfully, all 3 Kirlias are in the deck. But yeah, prizing a Gardevoir, that's going to be the bigger hit here. I would have been down to prize a Kirlia to not prize a Gardevoir, to be honest. So that's going to be the bigger hit here, is that we prized a Gardevoir. Maybe our opponent doesn't get off this turn 1 attack, and we can use a Gallade as our first attacker, which would be sick to try and get some efficiency out of something that's not a Gardevoir, because like I said, our Gardevoirs are so important and we prized one. So yeah, hopefully our opponent I'm gonna go ahead and hope that our opponent does not get a knockout here. We're able to use this Kirlia, make it. There's the Malamar, so they only need 2 Rapid Strike cards at this point to get the knockout. We can still hope. I'm still hopeful. Sometimes you gotta hope. There's the Oricorio. Here comes a Karina's Focus. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they're gonna get the knockout here. They don't need very much off this draw. Just 2 Rapid Strike cards, and there's a ton of Rapid Strike cards in their deck. Malamar's, their energy, the Inkay's, Octillery, Remoraid, the supporters, everything is Rapid Strike. Or not everything. A lot of things are Rapid Strike. Yeah, even stuff like Level Ball or Quick Ball can get Rapid Strike cards, and they're benching the Remoraid, which makes me think for sure that they have the outs here. There's a Fall Crystal for an Inkay, and yeah, here comes the Rapid Strike Tentacles, and there goes my Kirlia, unfortunately. Okay. That's unfortunate, of course. Get to keep the energy. So we're going to send up the Gardevoir because, once again, it's the only thing that can get a KO here. So we got to go with the Gardevoir. I lose the EXP share, so we're not going to get a whole lot of long-term value out of that. Ooh, another Rare Candy top deck is not great. Shining Arcana, get the energy. That's perfect. Then we got the Evolution Incense, which you can use to get another Gardevoir. And then evolve to the Kirlia. And then we're going to go with that Shining Arcana once again. Found an EXP share, found the research. EXP share is great. To get into play as soon as possible. I would rather have a Bruno to put the Rare Candies back in the deck. Hey, there's the Bruno. Let's throw down the XP share, play the Bruno, hopefully find our 3rd Gardevoir, and then the next thing to find from there really for us, gotta start finding those. Yeah, found a 3rd Gardevoir, sick. Gotta start finding those Ordinary Rods, and we prize an Ordinary Rod as well, actually. So we have good prize cards to pull off our prize cards, I guess, but it's also possible we whiff those prizes, so that's not great. Yeah, 3rd Shining Arcana here. An energy is super sick. I almost want to load up this one first, and I think I'm going to take that risk here. It's not too risky because we have this attachment from hand, so we're only an energy away. That means we get more value out of this EXP share. And then yeah, go ahead and Brain a Wave, get that KO. And I'll be curious, you know, our opponent's deck is a 1 prize deck, and I talked about why that can be a little bit hard for us. That Gardevoir hit is huge off the prize cards. I can talk about why this can be a little bit complicated or annoying for us to try and keep up with, but we're also a 1 prize deck, so my opponent also has to kind of keep up with a 1 prize deck, which their deck doesn't generally have to do either. So, you know, they need 6 Malamars theoretically. They need the energies for it to continuously attack. They need the constantly being able to find the Rapid Strike cards to shuffle back into the deck to get the KOs, and they need 4 cards every time. So it is very possible that my opponent could slip up at some point, even though I was kind of talking about how we've set up really well so far, so I'm not too worried about us slipping up quite yet. It is still possible, of course, but I feel like we're in a really good spot, and it probably won't happen. Another thing I could try and do is if I like top deck a Candy or something, I could Candy out this Gallade and try and get like a Boss plus Power Cyclone on like the Octillery or the Cincino even at some point, to try and disrupt their setup a little bit more. I could even go try and KO their Octillery or Oricorio next turn with this Gardevoir if I really wanted to. Could go with the Shining Arcanas first, because knocking this thing out could be a big deal. It not only gives us 2 prize cards, but it takes away a lot of their draw support on their turn. So I don't mind. I wouldn't hate knocking out that Oricorio next turn, to be honest. I kind of like it the more I think about it, to be honest. Let's see if they can get this knockout first. If they don't get this knockout, then I feel like we're in a really good spot. But some more search cards. Searching out more Rapid Strikes. They got the Malamar. Oh, wow, Oricorio. They should have Oricorio'd first. They should have Oricorio'd first. Because you're not taking Rapid Strike cards out of your deck. Unless they're really hell-bent on, But then they still should have Oricorio'd first. Yeah, they should have Oricorio'd first. don't know why they wouldn't. But yeah, we can try and chase this Oricorio next turn. I think I might try and go for that. Use the Gardevoirs first. If we get the energy to use the boss knockout on the Oricorio, then that's perfect and exactly where we want to be. I have a feeling, yeah, we're probably going to get knocked out here. But taking out the Oricorio, reducing that draw power throughout the game could be a huge deal and slowing down my opponent from actually getting the knockouts they're trying to make turn to turn. So knock that out, then go back to KO and Malamars, and maybe the Malamars start whiffing when they don't get that +3 cards every single turn. It also puts us ahead in the prize exchange, which we do need to do at some point. Right now, we got the boss plus triple Gardevoir. I don't think they had enough Rapid Strike cards in their hand. And there's the concede, and we defeat the Malamar. Yeah, I think they undercounted there, and as soon as they put the Malamar in play, they're like, wait, I only have 3. And then they're like, I don't want to play this anymore, and conceded. And at that point, I'm not gonna lie, I think we 100% win the game if they ever whiff, and it looks like that is the turn we caught them with the whiff. We get the dub. And that's going to do it for these games with the Gardevoir Gallade deck. Come up a little bit short against the ADP, because unfortunately, second Ordinary Rod was prized. Get the dub here against the Malamar. Like I said, this deck's a ton of fun. I don't think it's that great competitively, but if you guys are looking to just have some fun in the Pokemon trading card game, this is the deck to play. See you guys tomorrow.